Hello, students. Welcome to Thursday. Thank you again for last night and your democratic engagement. Always appreciate all of your effort and hard work. Please make sure you're continuing to read the material and that you're also blogging about it and getting ready for class and having everything completed before we step in and engage with each other on the concepts and the pedagogical approach that we have for that week. And so to wrap that up, I did want to share with you on a Flipgrid, and I had asked for last week everybody log into the Flipgrid, which I'm going to create a button to, but I also posted in the announcements just below this announcement. There are a couple of things I want you to post. And so I wanted you last week to come into class having completed this Flipgrid where you found civics, geography, history, and economics in your daily life. So throughout the day, I want you to think about where is the economics that you actually engage on a daily basis? Where is the geography that you engage with on a daily basis? And just record that example. When you realize it or when you think about it, go, oh, hey, pull out your phone, go to our Flipgrid, and post about it. Make sure you have that done. I want us to have some experience with using Flipgrid because I think it's a good tool to use specifically in local and oral history. I also wanted to wrap up our consideration of local history with a post here called History Opportunities Around Town. I wanted you, and you can take a look at my example, and I think Calvin posted in there as well already. I want you to identify an activity opportunity. And specifically, I want you to identify an activity opportunity that you could utilize this digital program to engage local or oral history. And so it's called History Opportunities Around Town. I want you to think about how could you use Flipgrid and the capabilities that Flipgrid provides to engage a pedagogical approach of local or oral history through your classroom. And I want you to perhaps even go to the location or share a little bit of what that would look like. And you'll notice in mine, I'm walking around town. I go to a cemetery, I go to the mural in town, I go to the original Detroit Lions Stadium, which originally was in Portsmouth, Ohio. And I want you to take a look at that, and I want you to think, what is a learning opportunity that exists in your area that you could develop a lesson using Flipgrid with? And remember, it's not a scavenger hunt. Don't use Flipgrid as a go to this corner and record this, or go find this and record what you think about it. Make it meaningful. Make it authentic as much as possible. So, two things with Flipgrid. Make sure you go in and record your daily life examples of civics, geography, history, and economics. And then record a activity idea you have with Flipgrid using local and oral history. Back into our class, I would like us to go to the digital syllabus, please. And under the digital syllabus, we need to go down to what are the big projects, or you can go to class projects and the unit plan. I have created and posted a video that explains the unit plan. It lays it out. The unit plan assignment guide is uploaded right here. I then give you a couple of examples of what that might look like. We've looked at a few. The C3 inquiry lesson plans we looked at are very much unit plans for us. We're looking to make a 1 to 2 week unit plan that has a concept, a compelling question, multiple sub-questions, standard connections, and then authentic and meaningful active learning procedures. So please read through this and consider how you can utilize the meaningful learning activities we've been doing, such as simulations and role play. We're going to do visual analysis. Next week, we're coming up on primary documents and primary artifacts. We want to engage students in doing the social studies. So watch the video. I lay it out and explain what it is. Here's the assignment guide, and here's a template that might help you look through and how to plan it. It looks like this. Note the compelling question at the top, the standards and practices, the staging of the question. You've got your supporting questions, and then you've got the actual activities that the students will be performing, and then you've got your primary documents or other sources you want them to look at. If you keep going down, it's got the assessment here, the summative performance task, and then how they might take informed action. We're really interested in this top part because what this is, and this is a blueprint, and you can modify this, but it helps you kind of lay out in a chart form the whole unit overview. And then, of course, each one of these supporting questions would get its own individual lesson plan. Back to this page, if you want a digital version of that, if you go to our c3teachers.org page, which I've introduced you to before, remember we looked at inquiries, there's an actual generator. You can sign up and it will take you step by step through. You plug in the information and then it will kick out a unit generated chart that you could use in your unit plan. So I'm giving you some ideas and then a couple of examples. If you open this up again, it takes you to the inquiry examples that we looked at. Once more, you can select like 4th grade and you can see what comes up. So there's Appalachia, a call for change, government and citizens. And so thinking about a unit, you could design a unit around government and citizens. Why does New York have a state snack? I think that's pretty compelling. Why does any state need a state snack or a state anything? And you've got your supporting questions. They have 4, and so there's 4 separate lesson plans that you would write for this unit. You've got your final product they're going to create, and then how you might take informed action with that. So I provided you with the video, the guide, some examples. I'll put a few more links down at the bottom to give you some further guidance and scaffolded thinking. But that's the unit plan. So take a look at that and we'll talk about that at the beginning of class next Wednesday. And what are we doing next Wednesday? Well, primary documents and artifacts. There's going to be 2 articles for you to read, as well as teaching what really happened, chapter 3, which is about historiography and understanding where these documents come from, asking the right questions about documents and artifacts. How do students learn to critically think about the world and artifacts in it? How do we put history in students' hands? You'll note this is due, lesson plan 2 is due. I'm going to push that back a little bit because I'm still working through a couple of your examples. But if you're ready, please submit it. And you can just email this to me. Just email me the document and I'll look it over, give you some feedback before we officially submit it to Blackboard. Another reminder, you should be blogging about the readings we've been doing. And just generally, you should be keeping up your digital resume. Students, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday.